Hello, my name is Martyr, and welcome to the Summer Steam Sale Spectacular, and thank you for watching, guys. It's that time of year again when Valve decides to empty all of our wallets out collectively at the same time. I'm talking about, of course, the Steam Summer Sale. Everything's on sale right now, and I'm here to share with you all of my purchases so far up to this point and talk about them a little bit. So let's get into it, shall we? Up first, we have Mirror's Edge by DICE Games and published by Electronic Arts. And yes, guys, this game has been out for quite a long time. This game is all about jumping, platforming, and getting from point A to point B. It was released January 2009. It's a bit of an older game, I must admit, but you know what, guys? It stands the test of time. I have been suggested this game plenty times, basically having people told me how amazing this game is and how spectacular it is. So basically the overall point of this game, the overall story of the game is to get, well, they're kind of like runners, basically. They deliver messages and they're kind of like on the run from the police. Matter of fact, in a couple seconds here, you're going to see that a sniper is going to try to shoot my character here. And just for you to know, as you're watching this footage, yes, I suck balls at this game, but I had so much fun sucking at it. It was so exhilarating to jump from place to place, dodging left, dodging right, fighting guards. There goes the sniper right there. Pow! And yes, the game does also feature kind of a rudimentary action system, which is really dope and intense, and I like it a lot. As you kind of can run off of walls and get out over the guards and kind of take them out one by one. And the game is just a high-octane, exhilarating game, is the best way to describe it. As you kind of just move from platform to platform. The graphics are, for a game that came out in 2009, guys, the graphics are fantastic. As you can clearly see, this game is just still stands the test of time and looks really, really good. And I know that it's just right now, it looks really hectic as you're bouncing from place to place, because the game really does a good job of making you feel each landing, each thing you slide across, you feel almost the impact on your chest. God knows I fell to my doom so many times during this recording here, guys. But every time you fall, every time you land, you just feel it right there in your chest. And it's just really, really awesome. And this is just one of the many areas. A lot of the boards are humongous. And that's another thing I want to talk about, is how it's called parkour. It's called free running for a reason, guys. There's about 1 million ways to get through each area. Not all of them are going to be the exact same. Sometimes you can go through different things in different ways. And I love that aspect of Mirror's Edge. It's basically free for you to kind of just figure out how to get to where you want and how to do it. Now, I will admit at sometimes also that I did get lost quite a bit. There's like a button, I think you could press was Alt, and it would supposedly kind of guide you to where you're supposed to go. Also, there's some things in the environment that are interactive too, which is pretty nice. But yeah, basically there's a button that you press that's kind of supposed to guide you, but I kind of never really felt guided. I kind of have to figure things out for myself, but that was only very occasionally. In all, though, I enjoyed Mirror's Edge quite a bit. It was a fantastic game, and it really, even though I'm terrible at it, it really does a good job of making you feel almost, afraid of heights as you see these massive structures and you're running across things. And even while you're running, suddenly there's 4 guards there that you're with shotguns that want to shoot you in the face, and you gotta somehow manage to get around them and deal with the terrain and running around it. It just gets really hectic really fast, and it just does a really good job of doing that, basically. And the environments are varied, the graphics are fantastic, the music, the story maybe isn't as much of a focus here. The story is a little okay. So far I think that something about her sister and some guy's been shot. That's not really the focus here for me in this game, guys. The focus for me here in this game is definitely the fantastic running, the just over-the-top action, right there, just taking down this guard down and moving along. But I remind you, this is definitely a game that I think definitely takes practice and will have to be invested into. But I enjoyed it quite a bit, even though I die horribly right here. But let's move on to the next game. Speaking of running from the police, guys, we have our next game, Payday II, an amazing first-person shooter from Overkill Software and Starbreeze Studios. Well, actually, Starbreeze Studios bought them out, so I guess it's a Starbreeze Studio game now. And it was published by 505 Games and released August 2013, guys. Like I said, chances are you've heard of this game, guys. And in this game, you play a gun for hire, what I like to call a Breaking Bad of video games, basically. You are a gunner, a gun for hire basically that works for mega shit tons of money, like for instance the one inside of our vault here. And you basically can do a myriad of different kinds of jobs. The area that we're currently in right now is our hideout, where you're going to have all of your masks, all of your gun, your shooting range, all of that good stuff for you to play around with and enjoy. And it's kind of like your home away from home. But yeah, guys, the game is just really super sweet, as it kind of has a huge focus on cooperative gameplay. You cannot go around being a lone wolf gunman, guys. You have to work as a team, and the game will reward you for working as a team. And I also think you can customize your safe house as well, which is really freaking sweet, guys. But one of the many other things I like about Payday 2, guys, is there's a butt ton of customization here, guys. There's 4 different kinds of skill trees that all have their own different kinds of styles and their own, well, basically their own contribution to whatever crime you're going to be committing. There's also this thing called infamy, which I can only imagine is kind of like prestige in Call of Duty. I'm not 100% sure what infamy is, as it is something you have to get higher level to get. Another sweet ass aspect to this game, guys, is the ability to modify your weapons. Of course, like a true good first person shooter, you can take all of your weapons, all of your guns, everything practically, and modify it and make it truly yours and customize it. And there's many different kinds of guns, many different kinds of gizmos and gadgets and magazines and sights and stocks. And then you have your secondary weapons, your pistols, your silencers, and then you have your body armor or your equipment, your mask. There's a lot of different things for you here to enjoy and play with as far as customization goes. And this, I paid only $6 for this game, guys. I got a lot of bang for my buck here. But here's the best part about this game right here, guys, is this crime.net. Crime.net basically is all those little things you saw, all those little squares. Those are missions, and all of them are unique and different in every way. All of them have their own objectives, and some of them have almost an objective on top of objectives, as jobs can take more than just one day. Sometimes jobs can take from 1 to 2 or 3 days, and they all have varying different levels of difficulty. This particular job, we were basically going to be robbing a jewelry store. It's one of the lower level jobs, but that's how you kind of have to make your way up in the criminal underworld. I tried to play it all cool and kind of just make my way forward. And right now, that's another thing I like about this game, is you have the option of playing the game either kind of, you know, as a brute, kind of rushing your way forward, or stealthily. One thing I did kind of find that I did not enjoy about this game is that sometimes the game would kind of stop the action, and somebody would join up or something like that, and that could kind of be a little bit hampering. But there you go. Usually stealth missions don't work out very well, by the way. And I'm not going to look at you and tell you that I'm the best first-person shooter player, but I think I do pretty okay for myself. It's kind of hilarious to see us do a stealth mission and everything just goes to shit, as usually it does when you commit horrible, heinous crimes. And there's just a lot of focus on action here, guys. You can kind of get corner shots, kind of put the police into positions where you can get good shots of them, and you're working with your team. And that is kind of, like I said, a very important aspect to this game. You need to work with your team, you need to stick with your team, otherwise you will die. You cannot be a one-man army. And the game basically is all about, of course, stealing objects, hacking into safes, like that drill right there that we just ran past. We're basically drilling into the safe, trying to get whatever nice, delicious loot is on the inside. I'm trying to get a corner position in on the police right now, trying to get good angles to shoot them at. And like I said, you just need to work with your team. Like, for instance, the drill just got jammed and I need to fix it, but I also need cover from my teammates, otherwise I'd get gunned down. So there you go. We basically got the drill back online now. We need to kind of support our team by taking out cops, making sure that if they go down, we can help them back up. For instance, like this guy, we're helping up Chains back up right here, and it's just really good focus on cooperation. I really like that about this game, guys. All the missions basically last from about 10 to, I would say, 20 minutes. And they're just really high, fast, high octane. The graphics are spectacular. The music just gets your heart pumping and going, and it's just really good stuff, guys. And the missions are always changing. You never know what to expect, and it keeps things really fresh, guys. And again, I only paid about $6 for this game, guys. But there you go. We're just about getting ready to open up this safe and get whatever's inside of it, whatever delicious loot we can find. And now we have to make our way out of here. That is, it has all the aspects of it, guys. There's a break-in, a getaway car, all that good kind of stuff, basically. And now that there is our getaway car, we're throwing all of our loot inside, which is all of those bags there, guys. It's just really... I mean, it's really awesome, guys. It really does a good job of making you feel almost like a criminal mastermind. And you also have to fight the police as they're basically chasing after you. And you have to wait for your guys to get in the car and get away with each other. And it's just a really high stress, and there's just a lot of room for error. But if you work as a team, you can overcome your challenges and do it. And when you beat the game, of course, you get your reward, which is fat tons of cash. And you can see how much money you earned, and you will gain experience and check out your personal stats and see how well you did and all that good stuff. And then you can take that cash and buy more guns, different kinds of equipment, and all of that good stuff right there, guys. And also to kind of see how your party members did. You can also, not your party members, your crew, but you can also have like this weird card mini game which gives you a free piece of loot. No matter what mission you did, as long as you succeeded, you get a free piece of loot. Like, for instance, I got the monolith suppressor, and everybody gets one. And you can get masks, or sights, or guns. Lots of good stuff here, guys. It is a great game, but let's move on to the next game, shall we? Now, we gotta have room in our hearts for more simplistic, sweet games, guys. And this doesn't have guns or explosions or anything like that. This is Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, a very sweet and really awesome, basically a puzzle game, essentially. You play two brothers in this game whom, well, I'm going to guess their dad is sick. The game doesn't really have any language. I mean, they do kind of speak, but it's a language you don't really understand. And they set out on a goal after a tragedy to cure their father together, guys. And what I really love about this game, again, more of a focus on cooperation, guys, and I really like that about this game. Each brother has their own strengths and weaknesses. For instance, the larger brother could not fit through those bars, but the smaller one can, and now he can basically, you have to use each brother in different ways to overcome different obstacles. And it's really, really neat and clever how that is done, and the combinations that the brothers can do to get over obstacles. For instance, interacting with the townsfolk is different from, for let's say, one brother to the next, whereas let's say the big brother's more nicer about things. The little brother is a bit of a shit. And basically kind of can be a little bit more rambunctious and get more results out of things. Whereas, like I said, each of them has their own different kind of personality. And the game really does a good job of showing that, guys, through the beautiful visuals and the overall kind of sad but adventurous theme of this game as you basically traverse different kinds of obstacles. And like I said, you basically, as you move deeper and deeper into the game, meet more different kinds of townspeople and get a good feel for how each brother works. And the control scheme of this game is by far the most challenging aspect of it all, because you have to control each character with one of the thumbsticks, one of the moving things, the analog controls, is what I meant to say. And yes, you can play catch, as good brothers should. Of course, they love playing catch. Yeah, you just control each one of the characters with the analogs, and the game is just very challenging, controlling both brothers at once. Like I said, one of the things I love about this game are the puzzles, guys. Like, for instance, this one here where a big dog has come out and is going to chase the two brothers. They now need to kind of traverse these haystacks together, basically, kind of distracting the dog as each one of them gets over the haystacks one at a time. If they were to get on the same haystack, well, God knows what the dog would do to them. But that's one of just many things I enjoy about this game. Like, for instance, when you first start the game, you're kind of pushing a cart together, which has your father on it, which I'm guessing is your father, and you kind of need to work together to get it from point A to point B. And just the entire game is all about cooperation, guys, and I really, really enjoy that aspect. As you can see, I'm kind of making my way through these hayfields, distracting the dog one haystack at a time, helping each brother overcome each challenge. And I really like that about this game, guys. But I will say that it is a bit of an older game. It came out in September 2013. It was developed by Starbreeze Studios, which is kind of funny enough because that's who Payday was developed by as well. And it was published by 505 Games, again the publisher of Payday II. And it's a very different types of games here. It's very strange that they would make Payday II and then they would also published Two Brothers here, but it's a really fun game, guys. Here's just more examples of the different kinds of things that you need to do to overcome your obstacles, working with your brother, basically using his strength and your brother's nimbleness and lightness to overcome the challenges, guys. And the game is really beautiful and cinematic and really gorgeous music and design, and it does a really good job of bringing you into the universe and their struggles, guys. It's a very sweet game, and I'm glad I got it during the summer sale. So there you have it, guys. Those are my purchases currently for the Steam Summer Sale. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Why don't you go ahead and leave a comment, tell me what kind of games you bought for the Steam Summer Sale and what kind of games you enjoyed. We got a little bit of action, we got a little bit of criminality, we got a little bit of heartwarming brotherly love. It was a very great Steam Summer Sale for me, and I have enjoyed it quite a bit. Things will go back to normal next week, and we will be back, of course, again with Indie Game of the Week. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time.